Treasurer Caprio.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having me on.
Very exciting day as President Obama will be in Rhode Island today. Front page of this morning's Providence Journal says Obama won't endorse Caprio during the Rhode Island visit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there's two very different stories in that one story. First of all, you mentioned earlier in your news that the Providence Journal had endorsed me yesterday, and I was very proud to get that endorsement. That was one that I formally went to the board there, and I asked for their endorsement. They looked at my qualifications and my record and my plans for jobs in Rhode Island, and they endorsed me over Lincoln Chafee and John Robitaille. I've never asked President Obama for his endorsement, and what's going on here is really Washington insider politics at its worst. You have two former senators, Senator Chafee and former Senator Obama, who have behind the scenes tried to put together an endorsement for Senator Chafee, and who knows, maybe there'll even be one coming. But I never asked for President Obama's endorsement. He could take his endorsement and really shove it, as far as I'm concerned. The reality here is that Rhode Islanders are hurting. Right? We have one of the highest unemployment rates in the country. We had one of the worst floods in the history of the United States a few months back. And President Obama didn't even do a flyover of Rhode Island like President Bush did when New Orleans had their problems. He ignored us, and now he's coming into Rhode Island treating us like an ATM machine. So what I'm saying to President Obama very clearly is I'll wear as a badge of honor and a badge of courage that he doesn't want to endorse me as a Democrat, because I am a different kind of Democrat. I'm going to fight for big changes in this state. I'm going to fight for jobs every day, and this place can be such a great place, and we don't need these Washington insider politics. It's at its worst. He comes in here looking for big donations from Rhode Islanders when we're hurting and we need jobs here. We need people who are really going to care about what's going on Main Street here in Rhode Island, and that's the kind of governor I'm going to be. So I thank the people of Rhode Island for all the support they've given me up to this point, and now we're going to close this deal over the next week, and we're going to bring the state back.
At 6:45, we're speaking with Democrat General Treasurer Frank Caprio. Treasurer, are you going to join the president on this tour of the Woonsocket factory today?
Well, you know what? We had spoken to the White House, and that's what we were encouraged about, is that he finally wanted to talk about jobs and he wanted to tour a facility. It wasn't part of the original plan. But now, at the 11th hour last night, for their press office to drop a story through the press that they're not going to endorse, I mean, it's just Washington insider politics at its worst. We weren't asking for an endorsement. This is really just a backhanded way for him to, do his own agenda here when it comes to what's going on in Rhode Island. So that's fine by me. Like I say, he can take that and shove it. We're going to continue to speak directly to the people of Rhode Island about what's important, and that's bringing the state back by having a strong economy and not playing these insider backroom Washington politics.
Just so we're clear, are you going to see you're not going to see the president today, or you will see President Obama today?
Well, up until last night at about 9:30 at night, we were looking to work with the White House when it came to focusing on some job issues here in Rhode Island. But at 9:30 last night, we get contacted by a reporter asking us about this whole endorsement thing, which isn't even something that we were looking to get. So again, it's an agenda that they're driving. It's fine by us. Like I said, I'm going to stay focused on what's important to Rhode Islanders. Rhode Islanders want a governor that's going to be focused on things that matter to Rhode Island. And right now, Obama's coming in here treating us like an ATM machine. He had his chance when we had the big floods in March. He didn't want to come by then. Didn't even want to fly over. So here we are down the stretch in an election. He thinks Rhode Island is a place where he can cash a decent check for the campaign committees, and that's all well and good. But I'm going to stay focused on my election and not going to be worried about these backroom politics in Washington.
He is a Democrat candidate for governor, General Treasurer Frank Caprio. Treasurer, thanks for joining us on the WPR Morning News.
Thank you.